We do the vagina thing too.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck
great
Rule Takes,
I hope
episode 83, the Wes Welker episode of Tuck Rule Takes. You can hear the boys in the background. We're ready to go. Liam's here. He was just checking.
Didn't even realize the Wes Welker episode. Fire me up.
I didn't realize it till I was driving home today, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's 83. This is Wes Welker. There's no one else. It's just 83. That's it. Wes Welker." Liam's here.
Wet right now.
Liam's the one who's wet. Al is here, the smart one of the group, the commonsensical one. I'm going to keep using that word because I like the commonsensical term. I think it's good.
It's a word. No, I looked it up. It is a word.
It is. Damn right. See, Scrabble. That's why I always win in Scrabble. That's why.
The King's English.
Yeah. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes,
I'm proud of the fact that you came up with not only a one syllable, but a three-syllable word. I give you credit. Three-syllable word. That's a lot.
That'd be like 14 points on Scrabble, I think, if I were to be doing that. But so the Patriots actually gave us a lot of stuff to talk about. Nice little tidbit that we all saw where the 2019 draft class, no one's here anymore. Of course, we got some Tom Brady news. We will not harp on it, but it is big NFL news, so we'll talk about that a little bit. We got what the hell else did I even have here? We have a new kickoff rule. NFL's got something going on there. And then again, Al's favorite topic and mine, probably Liam's least favorite topic, DeAndre Hopkins. Once again.
You spelled Juju Smith-Schuster wrong. That's Liam's least favorite topic. How he's going to lead the Patriots in receiving yards.
Speaking of Liam, Al, I did want to give you the floor for a second because I know there was something you wanted to touch on before we dove into our actual topics today. I'll chime in as well here, but Al, I
don't think I like where this is going.
The floor is yours, Al. The floor is yours, my friend.
Liam, hi, buddy. Now? Hi, bud.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Hey.
I was good. What do you got to say?
Well, the first thing I want to say is your mustache looks good.
Thank you. I'm shaving it tonight.
Why? Keep it.
I'm going clean shave so I can grow it back. I'll be in Miami on Sunday, so I want the Alcoholics 5 o'clock shadow when I'm down there. So I'm going clean right now.
Gee, why are you going to Miami on Sunday?
I'm going to the NBA Finals.
Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. Your Boston sports fandom has been revoked by Mike and I. You're not a fan.
Officially taken away?
It's officially taken away because you know what? You can make predictions.
Review. It's under review. We'll put under
no,
review.
No. Last week was under review. This week it's taken away. I'm making the call. It's taken away because you know what? You're not a true fan. You say you're a fan, and I gotta put up with your nonsensical Patriots. Oh, the Patriots are gonna beat the Bills. Oh, the Patriots. They're so much better than the Bills. Even though the Bills have the best quarterback.
I'm sorry, are you a Bills fan now?
Teams. I'm not a Bill fan, but I can acknowledge when the Bills are beating the Patriots, and the Bills are beating the Patriots 5 of the last.
And I'm not a Heat fan, but I can acknowledge
years.
that Jimmy Butler's about to smack that ass. So what the fuck is the point?
You can say Jimmy Butler's a good player, but the fact that you said before the series you thought Celtics had no chance, and the fact that you were rooting for Philly before, you were rooting for Philly in the last series.
I'm not wrong, though. Am I wrong?
Wrong in what sense? No, actually, wrong in what sense?
I said the Heat were going to whoop the Celtics' ass. What is the
It's still 3-1. The series isn't over yet.
It's 3-1.
Exactly. If they win game 5. Sorry, Mike, we're talking Celtics for a second. If the Celtics win game 5.
Yeah, we're speaking hypothetically.
If
they win game 6.
I'm a Celtics fan. I'm like,
if they win game, this is what I'm going to say.
Kicking the Celtics' ass.
And then the Celtics won by nearly 20 the other night, so I don't know what you're talking about.
And the Heat have won by double-digit points twice.
The Heat won by single digits in the first 2 games.
Absolutely not.
You watch the games?
I
do. Have a basketball
I watched every single one. I went to game 1.
Anymore,
yes, I went to game 1, so I did watch both.
Yes, and they lost by single digits. It's not like they got killed. Like, that's my whole point. You're saying whooping their ass, but they're not. They're barely squeaking
the game
out.
I went to, the Heat kicked their ass.
Game 3, yes, the Heat kicked the Celtics' ass. Game 3,
they kicked their ass in game 1 too.
No, they didn't. They won by single digits. It was a close game throughout.
The final score does not reflect the dick kicking Jimmy Butler put on when he dropped fucking 36, 7, and 8.
And the Heat won by 7.
It was
that's
a dick kicking.
That's not
the Celtics were up 16 with 6 minutes to go, and the Heat came back and won.
Okay, so you can't say that. You literally just proved my point.
That's an ass kicking.
You literally went. Mike, did he not just say the Celtics were up 16? Did he not just say that?
With 6 minutes to go? And what was the final score? They blew that lead. The Heat went on a 20-0 run and kicked the Celtics dicks in. My point is, okay, I don't want the Celtics to lose, but my point is, I'm saying I saw this coming. I said the Celtics have very little chance, and now they're down 3-1, and they have a remarkably small chance. They can come back, but they won't, and that's just the way it is.
If they win Game 5, this is my last point, and then we'll move on.
Yeah,
by the way, I love arguing with you about this stuff.
That's kind of cool. And if they win Game 6, there might be hope. And then
can you hold on
and
shut
up? The finals. Yes, but I'm just saying, we can speak hypotheticals all day. Maybe if Jimmy Butler blows up, fucking there's a chance they come back. But it won't happen.
I have a comment at the end of this, too, before we move on.
Mm-hmm. If the Celtics have a realistically good chance to win Game 5, then Game 6, all I'm going to say is Miami has to treat that like a Game 7, because if they don't, and if somehow the Celtics pull out Game 6, then it's one game in Boston. I like their chances. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Yeah, we can speak in hypotheticals. Miami hasn't lost 4 straight games all year.
Neither did the Celtics.
Dude.
Neither did the Celtics.
So, I'm just saying. So I think
the Celtics are down 3-1, Doc. Like, are you
so you're right.
Even the tightest, the most enthusiastic Celtics fans think their chances are very, 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 very small.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the majority of Celtics fans.
It's possible.
I feel like the majority of us are, if the Celtics win Game 5, then you'll be a little bit more into it, because then Game 6. Then if you get that Game 7, you never know. But
it's interesting.
I think where Al's point is coming from, not necessarily from arguing the facts, opinions, whatever about what happened Game 1, who got blown out, they're playing like shit or whatever. It's the fact that after the Celtics lose Game 2, I think it was. Maybe it was Game 3. Yeah. Liam sends a GIF of Jimmy Butler. Yeah, and as we're trying to figure out when we're going to record this week, we're like, oh, maybe we do Wednesday, 8:30. I'm like, oh, Celtics playing 8:30. Liam says you guys still want to watch that. I certainly
didn't want to watch it.
This is the beginning of
how the fuck can you guys support this team? Is another one of my points.
I watched the Cam Newton Patriots. I can watch it.
Yes. How do you watch the Patriots when they're mediocre?
There's a difference. Because at least they're trying. At least they care. Like, yeah, they're not winning games, but at least they want to play the game.
And you're saying the Celtics aren't
only
trying?
Game 3. No, only Game 3 was the game where they gave up. Where they gave
before the game, they were doing 360 layups and warm-ups and trying to bounce the ball into the
all NBA players do that.
It's the playoffs when you're down 2-0. You shouldn't be taking trick shots beforehand. And then Marcus Smart comes out with the "we beat you last year," blah blah blah. No,
that's a bad look.
It's a terrible look.
That's a bad look.
And Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart are 3 of the most inflated egos in the league for absolutely no fucking reason. Yes, Tatum and Brown are the winningest duo in the last 5 years, but they haven't won shit. They've just won a lot of games. In the end, these guys have a huge ego for no fucking reason. They're not listening to the coach. I don't love the coach. I don't hate the guy. I honestly feel bad for him. There is little to like about this team, except for the fact that Grant Williams tries really, really hard.
Fuck and Grant Williams.
I don't like him. I think he's a terrible player, but he tries really, really hard. And
if you want more of these great takes, listen to the Raptors podcast on Couch Guys.
My point, fucking
hosted by a non-Celtics fan.
Yeah, the Celtics are an embarrassment. They are though.
You know what?
They are terrible, dude. They are brutal. That game after Game 3, how can you guys sit here and be like, we believe in this team? They're fucking awful.
Who's saying that? After at least in Game 4, they came out and put their sacks on the table and said we have some sort of balls. At least
they're down 3-1. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
What do you want us? What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
It's the
when times get tough,
we knew they weren't going to get swept.
Seeding
Obviously,
does it. Seeding,
I don't know. You can't say that though, because they could have easily rolled over and died, and then could have gotten
the Heat
swept.
were in the play-in game.
I know, and
they lost. They lost the first play-in game.
I know, and you guys are like,
because they're not a traditional.
At least we
because
won a game. Like, fuck.
No one's
realistically,
saying
they're
that.
probably
No one's saying at least we won a game.
They're probably a 4 or 5 seed.
At least, huh?
They're probably realistically a 4 or 5 seed the way they play.
Yeah, they were pretty terrible all season. They hit their free throws, and that's about it.
Honestly, none of it's going to matter unless the Celtics at least push it to a game 6. If we're being honest,
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
And they have given me nothing up to this point to think that they will push it to a game 6.
Correct.
I did bet on them last night just because I had a hunch that when everyone thinks they're not going to win, they probably will. But I think next game everyone thinks they're going to get another game, and they fucking won't win because this.
You know what makes me
they
feel
very
better?
well could get blown out. They very well.
You know what makes me feel better? The fact that Juju Smith-Schuster's number 7 this year. That makes me.
God, you're fucking embarrassing. That's
all
even
right.
worse than the game.
And with
3.
that, we're going to swing into the actual topics we have here. Just had to get that out of the way. I will ask you guys, where would you like to start with some just NFL league news, or do you want to start with really the one Patriots topic we kind of have, which is the 2019 draft? Where would you guys like to stop? The Patriots? Cool.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah. Okay, we'll hit that real quick. Well, not real quick, but we'll talk about it. So it came out a few days ago, whatever. What's his name? Yandy Cajuste. I know it's Cajuste.
Yandy Cajuste.
The tough goddamn name. But we don't have to worry about it anymore because he is gone. And with his departure, gentlemen, the Patriots now have no players on their roster from the 2019 draft. Now, our esteemed co-host Al did write an article about this, but let me just run through the draft, the players the Patriots drafted there, and then we'll kind of talk about it because it's just another bullet in the chamber for the Bill can't draft crowd. But just to go over it, so in 2019, Patriots drafted in the first round. You know him, I know him, N'Keal Harry. Second round was Jawan Williams. Third round, Chase Winovich, Damian Harris, and Yandy Cajuste. The fourth round, Halti Froholt. I don't know how to say his first name. Yeah, but whatever. Him. Next fourth rounder, Jarrett Stidham. Fifth round, Byron Cowart. Fifth round again, Jake Bailey. And then seventh round was Ken Webster. None of these guys are on the roster, and I think, if you really want to get into it, one of them was really worth the pick, and that would be Damian Harris to me. But yeah, none of these players are on the roster anymore, just from 3 short years ago. What say you guys? Because it's not a good look for Belichick. That's what people are spinning it. But you know what? I really have to spin it that much.
You wrote the article, so I'll let you lead off here.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. I appreciate it. By the way, love our arguments. They're very good. That's what.
Yeah.
Good.
Heat and 5
brings us stronger together. You're an idiot. With this Patriots draft class, do you want to know where the rest of the Patriots draft class is now? Just right now. I'll run through it real quick. N'Keal Harry's with the Bears. Juwan Williams is with the Vikings.
That's a miracle.
Damian Harris is in Buffalo, that little rat.
Jackass.
Froholt is on the Cardinals. That sounds like a Cardinals type of name, doesn't it? Froholt.
It does. Yeah.
Like
I can
Frodo.
see it on the
Like
back
out
of
of
the
the
jersey.
league name to me.
He's basically Frodo. You know?
Yeah.
Jarrett Stidham's backing up Russell Wilson in Denver. Byron Cowart is probably rotting his life away with the Houston Texans.
Poor guy.
And Ken Webster's playing in the CFL, the Canadian Football League.
Is he balling?
I don't think so.
Jake Bailey go to the Jets?
Yeah, where's Jake Bailey?
Dolphins. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was one of them. I forgot which one it was. Yeah. Look at that. So we got Harris going to the fucking Bills and Jake Bailey going to
it's
the
embarrassing.
Dolphins.
But it's an embarrassing draft. And people don't talk about this, but the beginning of the 2018 draft, that doesn't look great either. Sony Michel had his Super Bowl year, which was great, and he had the only touchdown in Super Bowl 53. He had a good year. He did. He had a good year, but he's long gone. Isaiah Wynn.
Oh God, there's only one. Oh God, I'm looking at that. No, there's in Al. If you're looking at the 18 draft, you'll see it. There's one player that's on Liam's list.
I'm not looking at it right now, so you can just say who it is.
Braxton Berrios.
Okay, and And he's on and what team's he on now?
Dolphins.
Oh yeah, he's on the Dolphins. So again,
destroyer of worlds.
Jawan Bentley is the only one who means anything from that draft.
To relate it to a positive spin, I think that's what makes the 2020 through 2022 drafts so significant.
Yeah.
Because look at how many hits they've had. Kyle Duggar.
Yep.
Ramondre Stevenson, Marcus Jones, just to name the top 3.
Yep.
And then obviously you have the other I don't want to say throw-ins, but you have guys like Mac Jones. You have guys like Jack Jones. You have, I'm trying to think, there was another 20.
Any other Joneses?
Well,
Ronnie Perkins. Ronnie Perkins was 2021.
Yeah, about that.
So anyways, but yeah, with his pick, it's just
saying.
Some of their last draft classes have been that much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kick in the nads that the 2019 draft was horrible, but at least you're starting to make up for it. And hopefully this 2023 draft class, headlined by Christian Gonzalez, can bring you that much closer to getting back to the playoffs and contending in the playoffs again. But yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah, no, it's a rough year. And I mean, again, like there's really I can't even think of any, and like, Liam and I, maybe me more, we'll try to spin shit to defend the Patriots here, but I don't like, other than Damian Harris, you really cannot spin zone any of these players on here. I mean, granted, we all thought N'Keal Harry was going to be something, just watching the tape. Big guy, can go up there, high point balls. Jawan Williams, I don't think anyone was really, excited about him. Chase Winovich, people were happy about him when he first got here. Then he kind of, what got into the doghouse, never recovered. And then obviously Damian Harris, but everyone else was just, I mean, Jake Bailey, I guess too. I keep forgetting him. Jake Bailey was good for a few years, but yeah, it's a rough draft class. And I mean, like you said, Al, that's coming off a draft class that had Jawan Bentley really as the only player, and Isaiah Wynn to a lesser extent in 2018. 2017, Patriots only drafted 4 players. Only one of note is Dietrich Wise, who very good pick. I'm not going to sit here and, poo-poo that one. And then, God, you want to go back to the 2016 draft. Now you got some good ones there. Joe Thuney, Jacoby Brissett, Malcolm Mitchell, Ted Karras. Those are good ones. But yeah, like there's been a rough few years, if you want to go back another one of draft years there. And it's annoying because as a Patriots fan, you can't really say anything to defend it. I mean, it was just a bad class.
It was, but like, I don't think it's a huge deal. Like, all teams have bad draft classes, and at the time, like, you look at this year after, like you said, not the worst draft class in the world. If you look at it from the next year, the year after that, as terrible as it sounds, I at least had faith in N'Keal Harry after his first year. He had that, what should have been a touchdown, wasn't a touchdown against the Chiefs, and he had his moments despite being hurt and whatnot. Chase Winovich, I will make that draft pick over again just for the 2 years of production that we got for him. He was fine in my eyes. Like, yes, he fell off really hard.
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. He gave us solid production for a year or two. And that's kind of average for draft picks, considering most of them just miss and some end up becoming stars. Overall, we missed on the linemen and whatnot. There are plenty of bad draft classes for every team. I'm looking at the Buffalo Bills draft class right now in 2016. I just kind of picked a team in the division that's pretty good, and I like shitting on the Bills here. Shaq Lawson was their first pick, pretty solid, hung around for I think it was 2 or 3 years, and now he's on the Jets, I believe. He was on the Dolphins. Their second pick, Reggie Ragland, didn't exactly work out. Had a few moments, but he was all right. Third pick, Adolphus Washington, the defensive tackle, sucked. I love their fourth pick. Wish he worked out. He didn't. Cardell Jones, 12 gauge. Just didn't work out in the pros. Jonathan Williams was after that. He wasn't good. Colby Lisby after that, non-existent. And then Kayvon Seymour, another name you've never fucking heard of. And this is the Bills in 2016. I could go to every team and scroll back a couple of years and find a draft that's just irrelevant. With each shitty draft class like 2019, we have our Kyle Duggar draft and stuff like that. So as long as you right the ship, I don't think it's a huge deal. But it is kind of hilarious to look at it. Would you say 3 years, 4 years later, whatever we're at now, 2023? So
3
technically,
years, like
four, something like that. I always get it mixed up with the football years.
Yep.
It is funny to look at it now and that they're all fucking gone. But Damian Harris had 17 touchdowns for us 2 years ago. We certainly got our money's worth with that pick. Yep, that's a good fucking pick.
Also, Jacoby Myers that year, by the way. Jacoby Myers was an undrafted free agent. So, I mean, even though he wasn't drafted, and also, if you really want to get into the weeds, Calvin Anderson was an undrafted free agent, and he's on the team right now. So, granted, he left, came back, but but no, I get.
Might be a bit of a stretch, but I understand what you're saying. Where I would put Jacoby Myers into that draft class just because for the 8 that we missed, he made up in that production, and that's what the Patriots do. We are the undrafted team where guys come in undrafted, make a huge impact. No one does that more than the Patriots. So it's funny to look at it now. But I don't think it's like, oh my God, Bill's the worst drafter ever. Like, fucking think of the best drafting head coach in your mind, and I can find you a draft where he probably missed an entire year.
Yeah. I mean, and what's funny about this draft, this was the last draft with Tom Brady, if I remember correctly, right? Because Brady left in the 2020 offseason, correct?
Yeah.
So the next year they didn't. Yeah, because he drafted N'Keal Harry to try to help him, all that stuff. So, I mean, but if you look at his track record since Tom Brady left, he's got a pretty good record. Like you said, Al, Kyle Duggar, Josh Uche, Anthony Jennings, to a lesser extent, but still good. Mike Onwenu, even though Liam is a little salty on him, he is still good. Those were the very next year, 2021. Obviously, we know Mac Jones, Barmore, Stevenson. I mean, that's really the only Ronnie Perkins.
Such a great pick for being a dude that we were like, like another running back. Cool. Like, I didn't know a whole lot about him. Now he's our feature back, and I'll be damned if he's not one of the top half better running backs in the league.
Tremendous pick. And then in 2022, obviously, Cole Strange, Tyquan Thornton, we'll see the 2 Joneses. I mean, that's a good draft too. I mean, if you can hit with 3 or 4 picks, or at least maybe 2 out of your top 4 picks, then obviously, this season we don't know how they'll pan out. But yeah, so I mean, it's not like people like to point out that Belichick can't draft, but like you said, Liam, if you maybe one of these times, like it's gonna be annoying to try to do because you're gonna have to literally manually go through and look. But I mean, how bad is his track record to other people? I know when I was writing for Couch Guy, now I just do the podcast. When I was writing for it, I did 2 full deep dives into Bill Belichick's drafting history up until Mac Jones, up until 2021. So I don't know, maybe I'll tweet that out from the Tuckle Takes account just so people can look, but he has many more hits than he does misses. So, and a lot of those misses are in late rounds, which can you hold against him that a 5th round corner didn't work out, or the 3rd, 4th round running back didn't work out? Like, no, I don't think so. So it's a fun thing for Patriots, haters, your normal people, to kind of be like, look at that, since 2019, no one has left. Like, no wonder they're in the position they're in right now because they can't keep players on their team. And like, Liam, you say it, you said it before we got on here. Patriots fans are stupid right now. They're listening to anything that the radio, or to a lesser extent maybe the WEI 90 or whatever Twitter accounts say, but they listen to anything that the radio says. So if you go out there
and just
you turn on the radio, that's what they're going to say. Yep, you turn on at 2:30 and you hear whoever, Felger and Maz, anyone out there saying, oh, that's your coach, caller. Your coach can't keep anybody from 2019. And then you wonder why, you have players that don't want to come here anymore. New England isn't the hot spot anymore. You have Mac Jones, he's all that stuff. But then it gets into the minds of these impressionable, tiny little kids. And then they start spewing out what you said, Liam, where it's like everybody
they don't want to form their own opinions. They just want to regurgitate what they hear. And it's like, I implore you to go and look at other teams' drafts. Like, even what I just did, it was a very small scale. And, I just picked one fucking franchise win through the Bills draft. But, like, if you do it with any team, pick the best drafting team, like I said earlier, go look at their draft class. I bet you can find a few stinkers. Like, that happens. And the Bills, when they took Josh Allen with their first-round pick, every other pick in that draft, they missed. But it doesn't matter because they got their franchise quarterback in the first round. So no one cares. Nobody's going to look back at that draft as a losing draft. But overall, it's just absurd to me.
I would also like to see what teams, like the consensus teams who had good drafts in any given year, what their records were that following year, or how much success they've had in the next 2 or 3 years. Because it's like, just because you draft well or like you get good, that does not mean anything. Football is
the Browns have been one of the best drafting teams, and they're terrible. They constantly pick talent.
The Jets,
have they?
Recently,
Jets have had some good drafts the last couple years.
But still, like, it's just there's so much more than just draft picks. There's team building. There's making sure you're picking the right players, because you can draft a Chase Young like the Commanders did, but the Commanders don't win shit because they're still not a good team.
And now they decline his fifth-year option, and he's still a great player, and he's going to go somewhere else and probably do better than he ever did on the Commanders.
Exactly.
Chase Young, you are a New England Patriot.
Oh, that'd be God. Can you imagine if you had him, Judon, Uche, Dietrich Wise, Christian Barmore on the same team?
Oh, so many defensive linemen. We just have to start making up other defensive lineman positions. Lose one corner and throw an extra defensive end in there or something like that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The talent would be unfathomable.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
It's a nice pipe dream. But yeah, I don't know. People are just they're trying to poke holes in the giant. Like, what is the weakness in this incredibly strong-minded, strong-willed, perfectionist, my way or the highway head coach that has all the success you could ever ask for? They're trying to poke and prod and get these little holes. And it's like, all right, man, just take it for what it is. He's the greatest. Suck a dick.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's not going to be perfect at everything, but he has his holes.
He's pretty
but
damn
overall,
close,
like, yeah, let's calm down. It's a cool thing, like I said, a nice little feather in the cap to say, no players from 2019 are on the team, but it's like, all right, cool. Patriots are still the talk of the fucking town, and they're still on the come up right now. And it's just like people try to equate that to kind of the little valley that they're in right now. And it's like, no, maybe because the greatest quarterback of all time left the team. You're going to have a couple of years to try to build things up from there, but whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. A little side note here. I was watching an interview with Matthew Judon on Good Morning Football from like a month ago. I was watching.
He's on that a lot now.
For some reason,
he's on that a lot now.
Well, he's a great personality. Like, I love to hear the dude talk. He's hilarious.
Of course.
But this is in the midst of the Lamar Jackson situation. Will Lamar go to the Patriots? Blah, blah, blah. Which quarterback are the Patriots going with? So they were asking Matthew Judon about all this stuff. And then they show a video of Bill Belichick. All the reporters are asking questions about Lamar Jackson. Which quarterback are they going to go to? And when they ask about the two quarterbacks, he goes, we're going to give everyone a chance to play, and the best one will play. And then with Lamar Jackson, he goes, I don't talk about players on other teams. Yep. And they go, well, technically he's a free agent. He goes, well, he's not on our team, so I consider him on another team. And like the lady who's on Good Morning Football is like, I just wish he would answer these questions. And Matthew Judon goes, I don't know why people keep asking Bill these questions, because he's been doing this since I was in high school. I come here now. I don't know why anyone expects anything differently. And they showed like all the reporters were shoving recorders in Bill's face to try and record his answers. And Bill gets up on the podium and just pushes all the recorders like a good distance away from him. He's hilarious. But it just must be so annoying. Like, all the players know exactly what to expect from him. I'm sure every other coach knows what Bill Belichick's going to do out on the stand. But all the reporters just play dumb. And they're like, Bill, what happened? Blah, blah, blah. What quarterback are you going with? And he's like, I've been doing this for 40 some odd years. I'm not going to tell you anything. Stop asking.
It's been the same shit every year. Every single year. Like,
it's like the Nick Saban meme where he's like, I'm not going to tell you, so quit asking, or whatever he says is so funny.
I'm not going to answer that, so quit asking.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, every single year. Every year it's the same shit. They ask him the
so
questions
funny.
and then they get surprised when he doesn't answer. It's like
yeah. And Judon gave the best, most political PC Patriots answer there is, where he's like, doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It could be Lamar, it could be Bailey, it could be Mac. The defense is going to play well enough to win us a championship, and I believe our offense can put points on the board. I was like, perfect, whatever. Yep, that's what we expect.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We're
not talking
exactly how he says it too, and he'll stare at you too for a good 15 seconds before he answers, just to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're on to Miami.
Yeah, we'll handle that week 1.
There it is, perfect.
Yeah, just didn't do anything well. Offense, defense, coaching.
Oh no, yeah. I hate that. Oh, we heard that too much. We heard that too much. Too much. Yeah, didn't do anything well.
Just didn't do it. Just didn't do it on any phases of the ball.
We just didn't execute.
God, I hated that. But so yeah, interesting thing. Whatever. I don't think it was just kind of the talk of something. I saw it. I was like, I mean, everybody's fucking talking shit about it. So we'll chat about it. Yeah. But next one, kind of relatively quick. This motherfucker, just right when no one is talking about him anymore, he comes back. And no, it's not Tom Brady, but we'll get to him in a little bit.
That's totally where I thought this was going.
Fucking DeAndre Hopkins, man. Just when I'm out, he pulls me back in. So he does that thing a couple weeks ago, where he posts the video on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it was. He's like, I don't know why people keep saying I want to play with a quarterback. I don't know why people are saying I wanted to go anywhere, blah, blah, blah. Then it comes out a couple days ago. He's listing quarterbacks he'd want to play with. He's saying, what it was.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, he even said so. So I got the quote here that relates to the Patriots, which is kind of the only reason we're talking about him. He said in regards to the Patriots reaching out to him and everything, he said, I've heard a lot of rumors and of people calling. I would definitely say the Patriots were one of those teams. Obviously, I would say the Bills are one of those teams I heard. I didn't have direct conversations, just seeing what's on Twitter, what's on Instagram. Those are the only 2 teams I've paid attention to where I was like, let me see if social media is right. It does more and more now seem like if there's even a race, which I don't even know if there's a DeAndre Hopkins race, but if there is, it is between the Bills and the Patriots. I'm not getting my hopes up. But Al, I know that you were with me with this one too. You were actually the last one here who was still on the DeAndre Hopkins train. Does this change your mind at all? Do you think he's coming here? Is there any chance, or do you think he's even leaving Arizona at this point? Because you got the owner of the Cardinals being like, I'm not worried about him. So what is going on?
I don't know what's going on with the DeAndre Hopkins situation. I don't.
As that.
I don't know, because
how can you? This whole thing's chaos.
Mm-hmm. It is chaos. The one thing I will say though is this: if you're the Patriots and that's between you and the Bills to get a wide receiver that can come in and help the offense, why would you allow the Bills to entertain the thought of getting another wide receiver from you? Because don't forget, and I always bring it up, but it's so true, Stephon Diggs, when he was traded, it was between the Patriots and the Bills. They were the most aggressive, and the Bills edged out the Patriots to get him. Why would you want that to happen again? And right. And why would you want it to happen twice to you in the last, 5 years, and go to an AFC East foe? At least if you're contending with the Broncos, let's just say, or a team that might need a wide receiver. Oh, I don't know, like the Steelers or something.
Colts,
you can live with
shit
that.
like that. Yeah.
But the Bills, especially when you're trying to compete with them in your own division, and this is a guy that can come in and help, why are you going to let him go to that team? Have him come to your team, not that team. Your team.
You have so many wide receivers, though.
That's what I was thinking, Liam. Yep.
What
but you can trade one.
Do?
You can trade one away.
Yeah, and please get rid of Kendrick Bourne. But even if you get rid of Kendrick Bourne, we just drafted 2 rookie wide receivers, one of which won't make the team, one of will. Don't know which one. It could be either in my eyes, but we got that fucking jackass Juju, and we
listen, booty's going to be booty. Okay.
Damn right.
I'm just telling you right now.
Trust me.
Good good booty, not
No,
Free the,
not
no.
bad.
free the booty.
No.
Yeah. Good
No.
booty. No? Supple
No.
I don't
booty?
know. Yeah,
No.
he's like weirdly like sinking out on booty for some reason. I don't know why.
I've
Yeah,
never
what's up
been-
with this?
I've never
No,
been
that's
fully
true. You've
in
never
on him.
been
You
in
guys
on
have just been
More of a
so
tits guy?
You've never
Bro.
fully been in on booty, which is
Yeah.
correct.
a lot.
I've never been fully
I
in.
think you got to get in on some booty.
Listen, I can't get in on Kayshawn Booty. I just can't do it.
smart
far as
putting the
why?
first
Playmaking.
name in.
Are you a hater?
As far as playmaking is concerned, and as far as making this Patriots
Playmaking?
team is concerned,
Playmaking?
as far as making this team is concerned, I don't see it happening. If he does, great. Unlike Mr. McDade here, I love when I'm wrong and it helps my team. It's great.
Dude,
But
you think the Celtics are coming back from 3-0 down, and you think Kayshawn Booty is not a playmaker?
I do. Well, the first one is up for interpretation. The second one, I think, is a definite.
So I think, but all booty aside, which you should never put booty aside, but we'll
No.
just for now,
Booty's
we'll
always
pass it.
in the forefront.
Pass it to the side for a second. Thinking of DeAndre Hopkins, Liam, like you said, there right now you have your definitive starters, no matter what happens, are going to be Devontae Parker and Juju Smith-Schuster. No matter what, they are going to be starting. Then behind them, you have, who do you want to put
Booty.
in there? You have
You got a
Kendrick
booty
Bourne.
behind him.
You have Kendrick Bourne, who's still here. You have Tyquan Thornton, who you invested in last year's draft, so you're not going to just push him to the side.
Dude's got to get minutes.
You drafted Booty and then Demario Douglas. And then you also, on top of that, you have Mike Gesicki and Hunter Henry still. So
Mike Gesicki seems like he's going to be playing wide receiver.
He is going to be that one, kind of like the Aaron Hernandez, where they would split him out a little bit. Yeah. But I think it's such a weird thing, because even if you say you do get rid of Kendrick Bourne to bring in DeAndre Hopkins, which is most likely the move that would have to happen, right?
Right.
So you're telling me you're going to have Devontae Parker, Juju, and DeAndre
Devontae
Hopkins.
will miss games. I mean, let's be realistic.
Yeah, he will.
He's going to miss at least 2 games. Like that's. But
let's assume it's really only 2. But still, you have those 3 top flight receivers, and then you still have that rookie or that second year player that you invested in Tyquan Thornton, and then you have Booty and Douglas. Depending on which one of them, we'll just say one of them will go with Booty, just because it's the one that Liam and I think is,
how are you going to cut out Booty
2-1. So it doesn't. I'm starting to think not only do I think that Hopkins isn't really available, I think the Cardinals are just trying to get to some crazy price that
I think he's definitely available. They're tanking for another year. Kyler Murray is cleared to be back to like week 13 or something ridiculous like that. Like they're not fucking doing it.
You would think a deal would have got done. So I think that Arizona is just waiting for the best offer. They're waiting as long as they can. But I think the fact that they waited so long, the Patriots are kind of in the position now where I don't even think that and now this goes to kind of what you said, I don't think that they would really push to outbid the Bills, even though you would be taking away, a potential weapon for Josh Allen and your division rival. But it's just, there's so many players, so many offensive weapons on this team that need to get the ball. Then you also have Ramondre Stevenson, who's going to be getting 40% of the offensive snaps over the year. So it's like, does Hopkins even fit on this team anyway? I know you can make it happen. I understand that, but just looking at it in like the macro sense, like what do you, even if you swap him and Bourne, like that almost seems like if you have too many wide receivers, you don't have any, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. That's how I see it right now.
And before I let Al roll here, I made a mistake. The Cardinals aren't tanking. They still have Colt McCoy, so they have a franchise guy under center. I was wrong. Al, proceed.
Is Colt McCoy on your list?
Oh,
shit. I'll add him.
Dude, how is Colt McCoy not on everyone's list?
I'll add him. So people that hear me say Liam's list, there is a list of players that Liam has mentioned in our 83 episodes where he has
I die for them list.
Yeah, this just unwavering, sometimes unwarranted love.
Oh, it's
kill for warranted. Them, die for them. And
which credit to me, relatively long I got you to start because I said
you did. So I may have even missed some. So what we'll do, I think for the 100th episode, I will read off read off the Liam's list.
I'm curious
we have
myself.
So far.
Yeah.
All right. But Al, what were you going to say? He's on the list.
Yes. If you worked out a trade for DeAndre Hopkins and it involved Kendrick Bourne, then you can put Hopkins on one side. You can put Parker on the other side. You can put the legend that is Juju Smith-Schuster in the slot.
Not a slot
and you can cycle. But here's the thing. You don't even have to play the legend that is Juju all the time. You can cycle in Tyquan Thornton into some packages. And then if your Lord and Savior,
you want to use your second year, top flight receiver that you invested a lot in, do you want to just throw him in for a couple snaps?
That's the issue.
He's small. He is kind of a gadget guy.
You can split. So here's what you do. You split the snaps and then you see who's producing. And then you can make adjustments on the fly. It doesn't hurt to have more options for different styles of defenses and different styles of defensive packages instead of just trying to go with the same guys week in and week out. So that way defensive coordinators, which by the way, guys, I know you remember this from last year, defensive coordinators said, oh, it's easy to game plan against the Patriots. They have no playmakers.
You had fans game planning for the Patriots on Twitter before the snap. Just random fans on Twitter knew what the plays were going to be. So it's hard.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, listen,
that's a scheme problem more than anything else, though. You can scheme guys open.
But do I think Hopkins is going to end up here? No, I don't. I really don't. I think that's long gone. I think that's dead in the water. But do I think that the Patriots should be a little bit more aggressive if they want a dynamic playmaker? Sure. Why not?
And the Patriots love to screw with divisions, like their division rivals. The move they pulled, trading back with the Jets, fucking them over. So the Steelers got Broderick Jones, and they've done it in draft years past and whatnot. And Bill just loves to fuck with the other teams. So yes.
Did you hear what Mike Tomlin said about that? By the way, when he was they asked him about the pick, and he said something. I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me, but he said that the Patriots, and we kind of knew that the Jets were going to be looking for a lineman, to put in front of Aaron Rodgers. So I think the Patriots did too, because they were pretty aggressive in the trade or something like that. So basically confirming that Belichick was like, we're not taking who you think we're taking here. Do you want to jump up and just kind of fuck over the Jets? So I love it.
And I would love to hear that phone call for Bill to just be like, you're taking Jones. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. We don't want him, but we want to make sure the Jets don't get him.
One day.
It would be so satisfying.
Yeah. Liam, what are you going to do in week 3 against the Jets when Juju goes off for 9 receptions, 104 yards in the TUD? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Pinch myself and wake up? That never fucking happened.
I will admit that was a clever answer, but just saying.
So
in fairy tale land, maybe. Fucking, let's be realistic here.
I'm sorry. Hold on. No, I'm sorry. 2 receptions for 7 yards because he's so bad.
No, it'd be like 2 for 35. Like, I'm not ignorant. Like, he'll get a couple yards.
Big man, finally admitting he gets.
He'll get loose for one. He'll get loose for one.
Wow.
He'll get a first down. He's not incompetent entirely.
Oh wow! You're giving him a lot of credit.
One of the things I hear. One of the things I hear from other people that do Patriots podcasts and the news media and whatnot, or radio stations here in the local Boston area, I hear a lot of people say that Juju Smith-Schuster is basically the same player as Jacoby Myers, like they do the same things. And I think that's a complete farce. Like, I think they are entirely different players. They can do the same thing, which would be
similarities,
catching first downs and touchdowns and fucking over the middle and whatnot. But they're not the same type of receiver by any means. I usually picture Juju as more of an outside guy and Jacoby Myers more as the Edelman, kind of the choice routes over the middle and whatnot. I do not see Juju as that at all. He's a big bot. He's like 6'1". Like, the motherfucker's going to be on the outside. Yes, he can play the slot. Rob Gronkowski could play the slot. It's stuff like that is like, they say like they're the exact same fucking player. I'm like, no, Jacoby Myers is smaller, more compact. He's probably, I don't know if he's faster, but he's quicker in and out of his breaks and whatnot. So that was one of the farces that I hear where I'm like, are you guys just regurgitating all the same information because they're not the same receiver? Not build, not play-wise and whatnot.
Nope. No, they're not the same
side
player.
tangent there, but yeah, that was one of the things where I heard it, and I'm like, you people are fucking clueless.
No, they're not. Juju is more of I guess you could say he could make more plays. He's more explosive when he gets the ball. Jacoby Myers a little bit more quick, like in a phone booth, like Edelman and Welker, like you said.
Like Juju will catch and run.
Yeah,
Myers gonna catch it and go down.
Go down, just like Edelman. Yeah.
Yeah, if Juju was in this past year's draft and we didn't know anything about his NFL production, we were just drafting him, nobody would be like, his NFL comparison is Jacoby Myers. No, that would never be the case. I think he would be closer to like a Devontae Parker comparison than he would be to Jacoby Myers. So I don't understand why I hear all this. He does the same thing for the same money. It's like, no, if we wanted that, we would have just kept Jacoby Myers. He's doing something different.
Yeah. So speaking of the money too, and now kind of to what you said, where it's like, you can cycle in Thornton and Juju and see who works, whatever. So like that, the same way I was thinking too, if you did want to bring in Hopkins, but then again, I keep going back to Juju was you paid him a lot of money to come in here. How long is he here for? 2, 3, 4 years, right? 3 years. Yeah. So he's here for 3 years. So you're not going to bring him in and not have him play the majority of the snaps he's in. I understand, obviously he's not going to play all the time. You're going to take him out, certain packages, all that stuff. But he is going to be one of those starters like Devontae Parker. If they're healthy, odds are they're going to be on the field at some point. But and with Tyquan Thornton, it's his second year. Assuming he's healthy with those small wrists, he has to make the jump this year. If he's going to make the jump, this is going to be the year. New offensive coordinator who can get him going. So I don't even want to really take him out that much. So if anything, I'm looking at this offense right now and I'm like, there's too many people. Kendrick Bourne is the guy that you can sit, put him in, gadget plays, packages, whatever, and he seems to be fine with it. So if you're gonna send him out hypothetically and bring in DeAndre Hopkins, in my head, I'm like, that's not even the guy. If I was going to do that, not saying the Patriots would, that would be more of a Devontae Parker guy. If you switch DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Parker, offense is fine because you don't really have to change anything. You have your two starters with Parker and Juju. I mean, with Hopkins and Juju, then everything else still works how it is. It's just the numbers, the stars aren't aligning anymore. It was before where you could, before the draft or before anything, where you could get rid of Kendrick Bourne, where if you were going to bring in DeAndre Hopkins, you could have him, Parker, and Juju, and then have Thornton, and then have Bourne. But now I feel like it's just too late. You have too many things. You have Gesicki, who's going to be, like you said, Liam, a pseudo wide receiver half the time anyways. I would love to have DeAndre Hopkins here. He's one of my top 5, maybe top 8 receivers I've seen in my lifetime play. I like him. Yep. I just don't think he fits here anymore. Now, if you can get him, because like you said, Al, if you can have him here, you make it work. But I just think looking at it logically, how it's going right now, commonsensically, if you look at it right now, it doesn't seem like it's a pipe dream that we all had. Shit, I was saying drop so I could fucking clip him and throw him on Instagram for when he eventually got here. He's not coming here. DeAndre Hopkins is not going to be a Patriot. No, I don't.
Especially since we drafted his younger, probably better version in Kayshon Boutte.
Except Al doesn't like him. We'll put. So Al, do you dislike Boutte more or less than Mac Jones?
Or Jacoby Myers. I know you were a hater to there too.
Yeah, is there a other option?
Yeah, no, there is but we will move on though, because I think I do believe that any more effort or wasted breath putting into DeAndre Hopkins is just that. It's wasted breath. He's not coming here. I don't even think he's leaving. I think he's staying with Arizona. I think Arizona is going to suck this year anyways, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to be, a disgruntled guy. Maybe the Patriots get him, at some point throughout the year. Who knows? Maybe Parker, season-ending injury. Hopkins comes over. Kyler Murray, hopefully complications.
Season-ending injury.
You never know. You never know. No matter if someone gets hurt, DeAndre Hopkins is there. But the only way that I'll be upset with, however, his situation ends is if he does go to the Bills. I'll be pissed there. Even though the Bills right now, Stephon Diggs isn't showing up to OTAs. Rumors have been going around in Buffalo that he's not even rumors, actual reports. He's been upset since the end of last year, how it ended. He's getting frustrated that the team isn't getting over the hump. You got Josh Allen coming out saying that he wants to bring a Super Bowl to Buffalo, like no shit, and saying that, you know, he has to play different. Josh Allen is the second I saw him acknowledge or talk about the window, you know, the Super Bowl window, I knew Buffalo was done.
Yeah.
The second you start acknowledging that when you're 2 years in to when, like, you know, you're supposed to go on this run of whatever, they're in their own heads right now, just like Buffalo fans are, where they think that they're getting too big for their britches. They got a little bit of taste.
Can you blame them though? They got punked. They got proven as a false contender. The Bengals smoked them. And like, yes, the score, they only won by like 2 touchdowns. The score did not reflect what a dick kicking that game was. The Bills really never had a chance in that game. And Joe Burrow didn't even go crazy. The Bengals defense wasn't that good of a defense all year. And yet the Bills still got punked. And then the year before that, you have a lead with 13 seconds. All you have to do is stop them within a 13-second window. And you got punked. The team sucks. And I get it. They'll beat on the Patriots. Yep, that's fine. We're not in the playoffs anyway. We're not contenders. When the rubber needs to meet the road, this team sucks.
They're front runners. If they can beat you, they will. But it's just when they go up against your elite teams, it seems like they kind of fumble a little bit. They kind of, you know, stumble, I guess, fumble to use a football term. But yeah, once you got your receiver, you know, granted OTAs are voluntary, whatever.
Yes.
But it
is crazy though for Stephon Diggs to like be flipping out like this when he gets the most catches, the most targets, and the most touchdowns of any wide receiver in the league. He literally gets the most attention. And he's pissed because they can't win. And I get it. You know, I would be pissed if I can't win, but you're also getting the ball the most out of anyone in the second
go do
most
something about it.
offense.
Like, go out there and actually get your team ready to go. I mean, God, dude, him and Josh Allen are one of the most dynamic, lethal duos in the league right now. And you're going to sit there and get upset 2 years into this big, you know, AFC East champion run, whatever. Like, I don't know. That's where I side with Liam. I'm not quite to where he is, how bullish he is on the Bills, but that's where I side with him, where it's just like the Bills, they're very, very good. Obviously, they are better than the Patriots. No one's saying they are not, but they're in their own heads. You got Buffalo fans are pissed that they have to play in the snow. They didn't want to go play in Germany, like all this stuff. And I don't know. Their window to me is closed. Cause like I said, the second you start talking about it, just like retirement, once you start talking about retirement, you might as well just retire because your heart's out of it. But we always find a way to shit on the Bills in this.
Yeah, good. I hope Al's co-host, who's a Bills fan, sees all this.
Ask him about the zoo. That's a throwback. That's a
big lion. No, I'm not gonna.
He doesn't even know about the zoo. That's really just a me and Liam.
Yeah.
No. I know.
For a Bills fan, he really likes the Lions.
I know you do know.
I know. I just listen. I have no interest in partaking in that.
Yeah, well, that's what he gets for supporting a shitty franchise.
So speaking of you not partaking in that, seems like the NFL has no interest in partaking in special teams anymore. Because did you guys see their rule change on the kickoffs now that they have?
Is it official?
Explain it to me.
It is official. So on a kickoff, so whatever kickoff, on anything like that, if it is within, hold on, I'm looking at it right now. God, where is my mouse? I got one of those mouses that like freezes if you don't use it or whatever. But okay, here's what it says. Tuesday, NFL team owners approved a proposal that will allow teams that fair catch kickoffs and safety kicks behind the 25-yard line to spot the ball at the 25. So if you catch the ball, kickoff to start the Super Bowl, whatever game, they catch the ball at the 18-yard line, you can fair catch it and you get the ball at the 25. No longer can kickers try to pin teams at the 1-yard line or at the 2-yard line or something like that. Because you can just fair catch it and then you get the ball at the 25.
Wow, that is so lame.
So their reasoning behind it, and again, we will talk because I think this it's kind of shitty for the Patriots too, a team that actually cares about special teams. Jeff Miller in the NFL Executive Vice President of Communications, Public Affairs, and Policy, said, "We can't stand by and do nothing. Sitting still and continuing to do nothing was unacceptable." And I think that's where the membership came down on this. Doesn't really make sense because you have, I guess, the vast majority of special teams coaches and teams were against this, but Goodell worked his magic and whatever it got it passed or whatever. 99.3% of kickoffs last year were concussion free. So it just, 19 players suffered concussions in 2022 from kickoffs out of roughly 2,700 kickoffs. This just goes back to almost, you can equate it to the quarterback rules, to anything, any sort of rule like that. They're trying to take the not injuries out of the game, because the NFL, they do not care about injuries, no matter how much they try to tell you they do. They're trying to take the violent hits out of the game, and they don't know how to do it. So they just see, oh, kickoff, players running fast. Let's do this. This is the dumbest fucking rule I've ever seen. Pat McAfee went off about it, which makes sense. A kicker would hate this, but I don't. How do you guys feel? Obviously I know you guys don't like it, but how do you feel about this?
So is this like the Damar Hamlin rule?
I am sure that Goodell had it in his head where he's like, listen, or I don't know what his pitch was to these teams, but I'm sure he was like, listen, you guys saw the injuries last year. You know, the Damar Hamlin situation. We don't want that happening on a kickoff opening a game. I'm sure there was something like that, because I can see him twisting Damar Hamlin's injury into that. But it's like, you're just...
They sold it all fucking year.
This is a 1-year trial basis, by the way. So we'll see what happens after. It's not a full-on thing. But you are taking one of the 3 phases of the game out of the game, pretty much. Yeah. Because, like, what's the point? Because now teams are going to have to squib kick the ball all the time. Because if you squib it, and obviously, you can't fair catch that because it's a squib kick. So, like, they're going to have to kick it on the ground. I guarantee you this year, you're going to have more of those flags where the ball goes out of bounds. The ball goes to the 40-yard line. Yeah. Because teams are going to try to squib the ball. And that's just not going to work.
So dumb. It takes just, like, a strategic aspect of the game out of it. And that's, like, one of my favorite parts of football is, explaining to somebody who doesn't watch football, it's almost impossible because there's so many different aspects of the game. There's ways to manipulate, strategize. You have Bill Belichick, who takes intentional safeties to, get better field position on kickoffs and whatnot. And you can do all these crazy things, and it looks stupid on the surface, but it's all strategy. And it's one of those things where you're just dumbing down the game, and you're probably trying to make it concussion free and easier for the casual viewer. But the whole thing is just, you're denying people who actually like football a chance to, see a great play in between offense and defense, where nobody cares about special teams anyway, unless it's a return. Or you pin them at the 1, you get excited because you have a chance for a safety.
It's a big thing.
Now there's no chance for that. Now it's very unlikely there's going to be safeties now, if that's the case, and which were already rare anyway. It just seems so lame to me.
No, it's dumb. I mean, if this rule was around years ago, Devin Hester wouldn't be a household name.
Of course.
Dante Hall wouldn't be a household name.
Yeah.
Think of any other big time Josh Cribbs, who, gadget receiver. That's all he is. Yeah. Like, you just
LeGarrette Blount.
These play, yeah, but it takes away, like, the whole aspect of, okay, so if we're gonna put our returner back there, so we can catch the ball whenever, and teams are still going to want to do that, but it's going to be less now because teams are just going to say, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to squib it so you don't know who's going to get the ball. And then teams kicking it, like having a great kickoff or having a great kicker that can pin the ball within the 5-yard line, for you to get or whatever. It's not going to matter anymore.
Makes punters mute, basically.
And I think punts are still, if I remember correctly, punts are still what they are, where if you fair catch them, it's where they are. I think it's safety kicks. So I don't know. Oh, safety kicks behind the 25-yard line to spot the ball at the 25. So yeah, I think that's just for safeties. So I think that like punts are still safe, if I remember, or if I'm reading this correctly. But
that's where I had a problem with it.
It just, it just makes it like it just seems pointless. Like you're just trying to legislate what,
it takes it takes strategy out of the game.
Yep.
And it's also this is a rule that's going to cater to this generation of society that can't hold their attention for more than 5 seconds without getting distracted. And then guess what?
Preach, old man. Preach.
What is the
captain, my captain?
What is the big thing in hockey, football, basketball, and baseball that people want to see? What's the common denominator that all fans want to see?
Scoring.
Offense. Scoring.
Yep.
So you start at the 25-yard line. Think about it. We're talking the strategy, right?
Think of this.
Well, let's think about this, right? Late in the game, you're down a score. Kick off. As long as the kicker, unless they squib kick it, the receiving team can just let it bounce past the 25, fair catch it, then they start the 25.
Yeah.
So now instead of a touchback or whatever the case may be, you're starting at the 25. You only have to go 75 yards down the field, as opposed to potentially going 90 or 95 or even like 98 or 99 yards, like we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Because it's a scoring league. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Joe Burrow. It's Justin Herbert. It's Josh Allen. It's Jalen Hurts. It's all these guys that are bringing numbers to the game. They're bringing the viewership up. People are buying their jerseys. They want to see scoring. Yeah. That's, I think, part of the reason
that, dude. That's what it is, because they don't want you pinning teams back at the 5-yard line.
But also, isn't it more exciting to see a long, drawn-out, thrilling drive
for the diehard football fans, Liam?
Yes,
you're right.
But even the casual one should appeal to the Cardinals-Steelers Super Bowl. That last game-winning drive started inside the 5, and Ben Roethlisberger force-fed Santonio
again
100 fucking yards to the end zone, 100%. But it's more offense for longer yards. Like you would think. You would want to see more offense. And yes, it'll fail more likely than not because you're starting so far back and you have more opportunity to fail. But when it doesn't fail, it's more exciting because you're putting together a long, strong. But that's the thing, casual viewers may not understand that. But have you guys seen Vince Young's 99-yard walk-off game-winning touchdown? Because just thinking about it, I am stiff as a board. I don't know if you guys remember, it was against the Cardinals. The year of our Lord, 2008, he mounted a 99-yard game-winning drive, ending in a Kenny Britt touchdown as time expired, and that stuff's gone. That is something of legend, and now, this is just you're robbing an opportunity for special teams and for more exciting offense. Yes, there will be more scoring if you're only going 75 yards, but you're missing out on dynamic drives and plays that can be remembered in history. Yeah.
No, you won't have these now again unless you have a kicker, which you can't even do it because I don't know how. I feel like it's luck half the time. But unless you get a kicker who's very good at squib kicking, who you can get it till it's back there, down it, whatever. But no longer you're gonna have these 85, 90, 95-yard drives or anything. You pin them back, you go back, whatever. That's not gonna happen anymore. So my question to you guys, if you're a team kicking off, what is your strategy now? So do you kick it as high as you can and just hope that it doesn't go past the 25? Do you just say fuck it, kick it out the end zone, just touch back it? What do you, or do you try to because you can try to squib kick, but what happens if they get it, they run it to the 40? You know what I mean? Or something
or they get it, around there.
What is the strategy that you have now? Because if anything, you have to be more strategic, but not in a strategic way, if that makes sense. You have to think of how to get around this rule now.
Right.
I don't know what you do. You can't kick it out of bounds. That ball goes to the 40. Sure, you can touch back it, but that's not the point.
You got to sky kick it. You got to kick it, like you said, kick it as high as you can. Hope it gets to the 35-yard line. Allow for maybe a bounce.
I hate that. But I mean, that's right. But God, now you're going to have these kickoffs that go
bitch ass kickoffs.
I hate that.
And
underrated
real quick, an underrated part in all of this. The NFL is realizing that the XFL is not as bad as people might think.
Totally.
Because there's some rules.
The XFL is killing it right now.
Yeah, they got
think about the first time the XFL happened back in 2001. What was
Vinnie
one
Mac,
thing?
Baby, Vince McMahon.
Think about what was the big thing that they took from the XFL in 2001 that they now implement a lot in the NFL. Instant replay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They've maximized instant replay. And not only that, how about like taking from different football leagues? The NFL is scared of different football leagues. Think about the USFL back in the mid 80s. What was the big thing there that the NFL took? The challenge flag. That was in the USFL first. They took that from the USFL and they implemented into their own game, because part of it is they're upset that they don't come up with these ideas before. They're like, shoot, that's a good idea. We should probably implement that.
Yeah.
Not saying it's a big factor.
Totally.
But it's a consideration, a small consideration.
Yeah.
So
you know,
did you guys see what because I saw some people out there saying that the NFL should adopt the XFL's kickoff rule. What they do, balls kick from the 30-yard line. They have both teams line up on the opposite side. So it's obviously kick from the 30 of whatever, the home team. The kicking team lines up on the opposing 30. The receiving team lines up on the 35. The entire team, other than the kick returner, once the ball is caught, then the players can move. So basically what it does is it eliminates the whole the speed aspect of it, because that's what the NFL says that they want to do. They want to eliminate those players running full speed and hitting players. But I thought that was a good idea at first, but then I saw Matt Chatham tweeted this out. He's like, it sounds like a good idea on the surface, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, but it's kind of stupid, because what that does, that takes the strategy, that takes the skill out of a kick returner, because basically no longer can you quickly juke fast, because now you're basically just, if your guys up front don't block, what you're just trying to outrun 12 people. It takes the strategy, the skill out of a kick returner's hands. It's a little better than this new rule, but like, you don't need to change this. Like, this isn't how about you actually officiate your launching flag that you said when people leave the ground, or leading with the crown of the helmet. Remember for like 2 years where it was helmet to helmet was like the biggest thing? They don't even call that anymore.
No.
So like what, like don't try to have this
taking away from some potential very memorable moments. I mean, think about Devin Hester returning the kickoff to open up that Super Bowl against the Colts. Percy Harvin returning the second half kickoff against the Broncos to basically put the nail in the coffin. Jacoby Jones bringing it back when Ray Lewis touched him and gave him magical powers, and he went out there and returned it. Stuff like that. Those are all in the biggest moments in the biggest games, and you're losing that aspect.
Yeah, that would not happen.
Kickoffs have been kind of mute in the past couple of years anyway. Yeah. Like, no one really takes shit back anymore, unfortunately.
No, but it's just, now you're just doing it because even if you have a talented returner back there, the opposing team is going to be like, okay, well, I'm not like why don't I just, because I don't want to give it to you. If I give it to you, you could fair catch it anyways to go to the 25. Why don't I kick it a little short? Or like, why don't I just touchback? You're going to see a shit ton of touchbacks now. Touchbacks suck. How many games start? Big game, you're sitting down, you got your beer, your food, you're shitting, you're buzzed, you're like, let's go, here we go. Kickoff, lights, cameras, all that. Yeah, lights, cameras, everything.
Like, what?
and it's a touchback.
Yeah.
It's just the biggest blue ball, because you see it, and here we go, Super Bowl 55, underway, and it's a touchback. Like that, you're just going to have, except now you're going to say, and it's fair caught at the 20, it's fair caught at the 1 yard line, ball out to the 25. Like, what the fuck? It's stupid. I hate it.
Give me chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Josh Cribbs fumble the ball at the 1, pick it up, pick it up
and run. Yeah. No, I don't know. This rule sucks, but I mean, we'll see. We might not even notice it. It might be something that we're all just overreacting about now, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't like it.
I did have one last topic I just wanted to throw in there. It's going to be quick. As always, as it is over here, it's fuck Tom Brady. Tom Brady is now the 3rd player ever to be a part owner of an NFL team. And guys, if I were to tell you that 5 years ago, Tom Brady he has retired. Tom Brady is the part owner of an NFL football team. Who do you think he would be the part owner? This is 5 years ago, mind you. This is not last year, the year before. He was still on the Patriots. He was killing it. You all would probably think it might be the Patriots, right? Maybe.
Well, for about 20 years, he was part owner of the Jets, but I would assume the Patriots.
2 times,
double. Or a wild card option, the 49ers, his hometown team.
That wouldn't be crazy. That's
true. That's true. But that's not helping the narrative I'm trying to paint. So let me just throw it out there. You would think that Tom Brady would be the part-time owner or not part-time owner, a part owner of the New England Patriots, a team that gave him his fucking life, gave him his football thing. That was the thing when he was here. It was, probably when Brady retires, I'm sure he's gonna be a part owner with Kraft. He might even be a half owner. Like, who knows? They have that relationship. No. So he goes and buys another team. And then, like you said, Al, could it be the Niners, his hometown team? Maybe, possibly. Nope. It's the fucking Raiders. The Las Vegas. You get in bed with that freaky looking freak, Mark Davis, with his weird bowl cut. So, I just thought the Raiders, they are even more so that the Las Vegas Patriots. Not only do you have McDaniels, you got Hoyer, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Jimmy G, but you know who you have now? You got Tom Brady as a part owner. Las Vegas needs to mind their own business and stop trying to be the Patriots. This shit with Tom Brady pisses me off. You are now the third. People 10 years from now are going to look at that. Oh, Tom Brady, part owner of the Raiders. Did he play for them for like what? He probably won a couple Super Bowls with them, right? Nope, never, not once.
Wrong.
Nary one Super Bowl, not even one game with them. Never even donned their black and silver jersey. No. Never played in the black hole.
I was just about to say the ironic thing about all this, but here's the funny part.
It is.
The funny part is, you don't think that Brady, just to like throw a little jab in there, is probably like, yeah, I'll be a part owner, but you have to admit that 0-1, it was not a fumble. Yeah. It was an incomplete pass.
No, I don't think that, because I don't think Brady gives a fuck about anything with the Patriots anymore. So I don't think he even remembers the.
No, but it's not. It doesn't matter about the Patriots. It's the fact that they played the Raiders.
Yeah, I know, but I don't even think he thinks about it. Unfortunately, if he was
funny
cool,
thing to think of, that'd be awesome. If Brady didn't turn into some weird alien-looking single dad who takes weird who can't do anything. Maybe I would think that, because that'd be a funny thing, right? Like, he's still, Tuck rule. Not only did I like kind of end your dynasty before it even started, but now I'm part owner of your team. No, I don't. This goes to Brady's decision making. Think about his decision. Think about the company he keeps. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is not a good guy, but Brady wanted him to stay in the house. You don't think Giselle didn't like that? That's probably why she left.
But isn't he also a part owner of the WNBA team in Vegas, the Las Vegas Aces?
I'll look it up. Keep talking. I'll check.
I think he is.
No, Las Vegas had a WNBA team.
I'm pretty sure they do. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that
minority owner. Yeah, he did. Okay, so what's this obsession with Vegas, huh? You a degenerate now? Is that what this is?
He might be a degenerate gambler.
No, it's because Vegas is up and coming in the sports community, because now they got come on.
With who?
If this was anybody else, you would be agreeing with me. But because it's Brady, you're letting your Brady.
How are they up and coming? Who's up and coming? Yeah. Other than the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights, they're going to get an MLB team soon. I'm pretty sure, close to confirmed. They're going to get a baseball team. So baseball.
They're going to build a stadium on the fucking strip. Do you see that?
Women's basketball. And yes, and I know you were making fun of it, Mike, but it is true. The gambling aspect has to do with it too. Yeah. Because where did gambling originate? Pretty much Vegas.
Yeah, he's
a great avenue to go now.
He's a degenerate now. That's what he is.
You can hate Brady, which is fine. You can't say the man's not smart and he knows what he's doing.
What's also funny, you guys notice he closed TB12, the headquarters or whatever in Boston. Yeah. Remember everybody that was saying, oh well, yeah, he left, but TB12 is still based out of. But is it now? Where do you think it's going to be based out of? Fucking Vegas. He is a sellout. He is what New England fans hate about superstars. You buy teams you have no real emotional investment in. You are dumb. You take these weird pictures.
You are dumb.
I have so many things going in my head about him. It's weird to me. That I think if you want to take like my hate out from, this is just weird. Why would Tom Brady be? And I get that he's also with the Aces, like you said, Al. Great, but why not? Like, why though? I get that they're up and coming. Like, what brings you to them? The Raiders are not a well-run organization. Like the Davis family is the laughing stock, other than what's his name, the dude over in Washington, Snyder, who I guess is selling the team. But like, it's all very weird to me. So you just want to be in Vegas to promote your TB12 stuff. So now you're going to be a part owner of the Raiders. Guarantee you the Raiders are going to have like TB12 stations all around everywhere. Jimmy G still probably won't be able to get in. Kind of like he couldn't remember when he was in New England, his key card didn't work or some shit. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird to me.
I hate him. I don't even want to talk about him.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to bring it up. I saw it and I was like, that's weird. And I do also want to ask, this isn't even being weird. This is just kind of just observation. He looks weird, right?
Yeah.
In the pictures that he takes.
He looks unhealthy.
Like not like it just looks like he's getting slowly but surely he's getting stuff done to his face, which like is fine, but I am going to poke fun at you for it. So just like know that, Tom, like it's very weird things. But yeah, so Tom Brady,
I wonder if he's eaten a tomato since he retired.
I don't know.
Still
probably
has that
not.
Avocado ice cream.
Probably not. I bet Giselle's out eating all the goddamn tomatoes she wants now. Oh yeah, you see, and then also
listen,
Brady's
Liam,
with some blonde. I don't know.
Listen, Liam, Dante Hightower said that avocado ice cream is actually not that bad. So if you're making fun of avocado ice cream, you're making fun of Dante Hightower.
If I see it anywhere, I'll get it and
didn't
try
say
it.
he loves it.
If I see it anywhere, I will get it and I will try it on the podcast. I'll find it somewhere and I'll get it. But
you should.
But yeah, other than that Tom Brady shit, I had nothing else on the docket. You guys have anything you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Good.
Yeah, so it's basically bullet points. Tom Brady still sucks. Patriots fans are impressionable lemmings, and Liam is no longer a Boston sports fan. I think that's what we hit. By the way, hopefully the next time we come on, the Celtics are on to the next round. But I did get the shirt. And Liam, even though Celtics, you're a little down on them right now, the shirt kills. Humbly, Boston is the greatest. Going back to what Tatum said after whatever game 7, where he's like, humbly, I'm one of the greatest players in the NBA.
Humbly, he's wrong. He's a jackass.
Didn't show it for a little bit, but he showed it in game 4. So from Tuck Rule Takes, go Celtics. We'll see what happens. As you're listening to this, hopefully the Celtics are 3-2, 3-3. Fuck it.
As you're listening to this, I will be in Miami at the NBA Finals watching the Miami Heat play the Denver Nuggets. Are you speaking in tongues?
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
Hopefully Celtics in 7, please.
Oh my God. Okay. I thought I heard Celtics.
You have to pray because
it's still recording.
3-0.
Hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, for Al, Philly fan Liam, and Mike, this was Tuck Rule Takes. We out.
Jimmy Butler.
Sweet pea.